Good morning, and the hits just keep coming. Wow. Expanding horizons once again. Gonna go on the religious end of things. The spiritual. Okay? There's a lot of people out there that have a problem with Christianity, with organized religion, with people that are of religious nature. And there's a lot of people, say, in the religious end of things, we'll speak specifically on Christianity, that have a problem with agnostics, paganism, whatever, other religions, you know. The question comes down, can you find your way around that problem? Can you find that way around that problem, or your problem even, of seeing other people that way to bridge that gap? Okay? It's your job. It's no one else's. It really is. It's not anybody else to succumb to your philosophies, to have to bow down to who you are. Okay? That's called entitlement, which is right now in major abundance around the world, especially in America. Can you find your way around that problem? That's the question. The problem to be able to reach out to other people and just deal with them on a human level. Deal with them, and if you find that vein that you need to share your wisdom or wealth of knowledge or whatever it is that may fit whatever scenario, then go ahead. But you don't beat the shit out of them with it. You don't slap them across the face with it. You don't shock them into a complete different psyche that they don't really want to call on you anymore. Okay? Each and every one of us have the answers, but we don't have all the answers. Each and every one of us know we're going to die. But there's some that fear it, and some that are clueless about it. And there's some that are really, really struggling in that realm. And there's some that are on that threshold. Okay? You don't have all the answers. That's something that you need to understand. I don't have all the answers. But I am not going to be so entitled that I turn around and not at least divulge that. All I can do is share. And I do. But because I have a faith, there's some people that I am going to rub wrong, and there's some people that share in that same faith that I will rub wrong with, or that have a problem with me because they think I'm not doing it the right way. Entitlement. Okay? I got nothing but love for everyone. But, and it can be a big butt that drops down and sits right on you. We all are on the same planet, and we all have to live with each other. And if your view, your scope is of just, say, out of America or out of your own hood, you're missing the bigger picture. You don't have all the answers. Okay? There was a story where a guy comes to a person on an island and says, he notices all the resources, he knows how he's living, and he goes, wow, a lot of people would really love it here. And he goes, that's cool, that's nice. And he goes, this is what you do kind of all day. And, he goes, there's a lot of people that like that fruit and those, that fish and that kind of, just the way that you're living. He goes, what you could do is this. He says if you wanted to, you could do this as a resort. And he goes, really? Okay, what would that bring me? And he goes, well, that'd bring you enough money to do something more and maybe build a better house or something. I'm noticing that's a little bit off. And it allow you to do a bunch of different things for your family and for the community. He goes, oh, okay, well, tell me more. And he says, well, it then turns around and if you want to do, you can build bigger gardens and stuff and actually sell some of this stuff to other people. And at least share this whole thing. Not that you're not, open and sharing, obviously, because I came here already, but and the guy says, okay, wow, and then what would that do? Well, that would give you more money to do things with, and he'd turn around and promote this and show people, and he goes, really? Okay, and he goes, well, God, as you get older, you'd have enough to retire. And the guy goes, retire? What's retire? He goes, well, that means you can sit back and enjoy, having a lot of money and the fruits of your labors and everything that you've done with your life, and be able to sit and enjoy that time with like all this that you have around here. The guy kind of stopped for a minute and he looks at him and he goes, so what am I doing different right now? He didn't have an answer. The guy, it has an element where another one wanted to expose everything. And because of his entitlement, because of wanting him to do this and that. And he was already open enough that the gentleman had walked into his life, and he would have given him the moon and the stars and a piece of fruit or whatever right there on the spot. And so it's just he didn't get it, still didn't get it. Okay. Life can be abundantly good. It depends on how you view the abundance. Okay? It depends on the love that you're willing to impart to others openly on the spot. That's what it is. That's life. Because we don't know what tomorrow brings. I got nothing but love for you. I thought I'd throw that out there. That just came to my mind. Expanding horizons.